I know Andrew Lloyd Webber has been in the audience. He's been around quite some time, over the past year or so. Have you guys had any interaction with Andrew? And if so, what advice has he shared with you about, these roles you're playing on Broadway?
I've spoken with him very, very little. I mean, I've met him, and he was very sweet, and it was sort of like a, hello, you're doing great, and, but our paths have actually crossed less than, say, like Hal or, some of the other people out there. Because he's obviously a very busy man and kind of popping all over the place. So I haven't actually had as much with him. You?
I kind of think with Andrew, I think he kind of works like, if it's not broke, don't fix it kind
Right.
of thing.
Yeah.
So he's very reserved, and I think that kind of gives you a little bit of freedom to be who you are, and then if you go too far or go out of bounds, I think then you're reined in. But we've been fortunate enough, I think, to kind of receive his kind shyness rather than critiques, which I think is a good thing. And it's an interesting way that he works. Yeah.
You mentioned Hal Prince, of course, the legendary director who is, at the helm of this ship. I know Hal has been hands-on with this. In fact, I've seen him in the audience a few times, at the theater when I've gone back to Phantom. Talk to me about collaborating with Hal, because he, I think at 86 years old, if I'm not mistaken, is very much hands-on with this project that he gave birth to so many years ago.
He's just the greatest guy, and he's so supportive and sweet, and even, when he comes, it's not about him like looking at the show and going, this is what you need to change. We have, Seth, who's our production supervisor, to do that. He's more there of like, at this point, just to sort of be a great positive influence on the show and to remind us if things sort of start to wander and like we kind of are missing something in a scene, he'll definitely be like, actually, let's think about this and explore some things. And he said some things that have totally like blown our minds, as far as just like, because he was, he created it. And there's something that's so good about Phantom is like his direction. There's not a lot in the book really. When you look at it, like the libretto, it's very, very simple and very sort of like, could have gone a lot of different ways. And I think Hal is definitely the reason that it became what it is.
Yeah.
And he has so much insight into the characters and the stories and the relationships. And he'll just show up and, get on the intercom and say like, I'm here, I'm thinking about you guys, I love you, you're all awesome. And it's just like such a nice thing to be, reminded that he still cares and participates as much as he can at 86 years old.
Yeah. But you?
How can take the purpose of the scene and say it in a few words? He has the show in his hands like that. And he'll say, well, this is this, and this, and it's just so simple, and it's just, you're like, wow, okay, and then it will just change pretty much everything that you're doing. And he's an icon for a reason, because he can just take the nuts and bolts of it and just make it so easily accessible. And that's really nice to have from someone that you may not see all the time, but you get such valuable information when he's there.
Kaley, did you?
Yeah, Hal and Andrew, they all know the show so well, and so everything they say to you, you know that, they've seen it 100,000 times. You know what I mean? So it's easy. Like the direction they give is phenomenal. It's amazing. And just to meet Hal Prince, you know what I mean? And to meet Andrew Lloyd Webber, because he came. I was lucky enough that he came to my opening because I opened after CR closed, and so he was in town for that. And so, they honestly, they were both part of those essays that I was writing, right before I got here. So to meet them, they're just it's amazing.
Full circle moment for sure.
Full circle moment.
Anyway.